You are get up, wake up, this is your final warning. It's time for midnight sets in the morning. The gang is ready to go and it's time for the show. It's time for midnight sets in the morning.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Midnight's Edge in the Morning. I was expecting a roaring
I
applause
fucking
right there.
stepped away
Very
for a
fast.
second. That was my fault. I forgot we only had the one part now. Yeah, because we're going to be adding a new part to the ad and everything. Anyway, good morning, everybody, as Andre said.
Indeed. Good morning.
Sorry.
Yeah, and
Yes.
good morning to Mr. Brawley. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. It's Monday all day, and actually, we're about halfway through it. It feels like.
Yeah,
It is indeed.
yeah, and I had a cool
Oh, man.
weekend. I was hosting the
Musical
Critical
chairs.
Drinker this weekend, so that was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a good weekend.
Why do you look so much more beautiful than I do?
Who's that?
Do I?
I look like I'm in haze and like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yellow lighting. I don't know.
I got a ring light. I don't understand.
Huh?
Well, that's LED.
I've got a nice lens.
That might be it. I think you got a much better camera. Mine's just a cheapo 4K.
Yeah, that
Streaming
could also
cam.
be. Could also be.
Anyway, who cares about that? That being said, good morning, everybody out there. Welcome to Midnight's Edge in the Morning. It is Monday. And before we get things started here, I'm going to plug my X. I have subscribers on X now, Andre. Did you know that?
Awesome. I'm very glad since you don't have any on YouTube anymore. You absolutely
Exactly.
deserve some on X.
Which is why I've put some work into something that hopefully you guys will enjoy. It's a trip down nostalgia lane along with something a little new. So if you guys may remember, Hardy's put out Gremlins books with records back in the day, these fancy dancy things here. And what I'm doing for my X subscribers is putting each one together in digital form, but with a new twist. So here's a little preview real quick to see what I've done.
Be able to find a great gift for Billy around here. Something special, something unusual.
As he wandered the bustling, exotic streets,
So I added little
Rand
animations
spotted
to
a
it.
colorful souvenir shop.
Sounds
And
like
he
you've also
strolled inside
remastered the
from the
audio in
cold.
here, Tom.
Honestly, no. I just had I got lucky this last weekend, and I had to take a trip, so I stumbled into a little hole in the wall record store, and this
Yeah.
guy cut me one fuck hell of a deal for $20. I got this whole stack of Gremlins records
Wow, how many?
and Beatles original records. I'll talk about that
Wow.
someplace else, but these were like doubles of a couple. I already had one of these.
Yeah.
So then that was the only one I had, and then he had the rest of these.
Wow.
And I was glad that this one was one he actually had an extra one that was in the package, because because I was going to leave those in the package until I got into this one and realized that the record was broke.
Oh,
So I
shoot.
had to get into the other one, and then the other one I hadn't opened. The record just sounded like it was trashed. So I opened up the other one. So that's why they sound so good. So a couple of them are from a brand new spanking records, but this
But
one was
never
loved
touched. Never
well
saw
enough.
a needle on it.
And a couple of them were a little rougher than others. So there's going to be some rough edges here and there, but some of the animations I was able to come up with, I was kind of impressed with, like this one here.
Rand glanced down to see a skinny Oriental
just
boy
kinda
wearing
really
an old
neat. I was
T-shirt
able to
and
come
a
up
faded
with,
baseball
so-
cap.
Sorry, kid, I'm not looking for baseball cards.
But anyway, I don't want to give too much
Yeah.
away because you got to pay for it. It's only $1. It's only $1 to subscribe a month. I think
Thomas Connors Jr. on
Yep,
X.
check that out. So yeah, check
now,
that out.
wait
now.
a minute before you go too far. That was from a Hardee's. Wasn't that a Hardee's
Yes.
promotion?
Hardee's on certain points, and then I think there was some areas where Hardee's wasn't allowed to be because of some licensing deal. So there was some other company that also had them. So some people might have gotten them from those, but majority of the people got them from Hardee's. Yes, and Hardee's was the big one that advertised them. Yeah, but
Oh,
overseas,
cool.
Andre said that they had other versions of them over there too. So I'm not
Well,
surprised.
actually, I didn't see exactly that one, but
Right.
that general concept where you basically have like
Oh,
these
yeah.
books, right, with a story on one side, and you just flip it around, and with like that noise to flip the pages up. We had
Yeah.
those exact ones. It was the literal exact same ones that you had, only with the text translated into Norwegian, and then of course re-recorded in Norwegian.
Well, you know
We
what's
did
funny
have
is
those.
is if you see ones that have very similar backs to this, you know, they'll of course always have whatever character that they're doing. You know who put these out originally? This brand, the read along, Disney. They're Buena Vista.
Yeah.
So
that I did know.
Yeah, so a lot of these, and then there was the Peter Pan ones, and then there was another couple of groups that did them too. But yeah, they were one of the bigger ones that. So they were probably the same company that did those, Andre. To be honest, but
yeah, and they also did like a number of like the silly symphonies were adapted into those. Like for instance, my very first meeting with Hiawatha, who was in a silly symphony, was in that kind of like picture book, storybook. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah. Same with like the Great Mouse Detective, like it was all Buena Vista that did this. And incredibly, there were some other ones as well. Like for instance, we got like a couple of ones with Mask, you know, like the 80s cartoon toy line.
Yeah, the MASK,
yes, exactly. With the kick-ass music from the He-Man guys. Yeah.
Kick-ass theme song, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of the brands that hasn't made a comeback. But no, yeah. So just to finish off the story,
actually it kind of has, but only in comics and the toy shops.
Say only in comics and not much in the toys and not much in anything else.
I mean, if this is a hit, I mean, I know that you've got kind of an affectation for the Gremlins, but there's like old. Like Conan even has one of those play along or read along records or whatever things. I mean, you could do this for a few things and just sort of have a nice nostalgia upgrade.
Yeah, there's a few of them out there, and I have a few that don't have the record or the tape anymore with them. But there's ones that people have put together on YouTube already. So who knows? I mean, I've posted a few in the past, but this one I've actually gone to a little bit more of an extent of.
If you need any help when you get to the audio section, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year I was crowdfunding the Nexus Omnibus, and in the 3rd issue, they had one of those flexi records that you used to get in the like music magazines and things like that, and the audio was so terrible on it. We actually we didn't have the masters because they were recorded in 1981.
Right.
And we separated the music and sound effects from the voices and then re-polished all the voice work. We had to supplement a little bit here and there and put in new sound effects and music, but it turned out really great. But it's a challenge, man. Sometimes you'll run into some things, and you know, a little bit of record and crackle and popping ain't bad, right? But if it just sounds ludicrously bad, sometimes you have to do a little work.
Yeah, but I got to thank the guy. I mean, he gave me a hell of a deal. I think he was just happy to have the conversation for a few minutes, because I walked in, it was like more like a jazz den. This guy was like, he probably had records there from when he was a kid or something like that.
Oh man.
Like,
That's
I mean,
great.
mostly it was just jazz records and stuff. And I took a look around and I just kind of like, okay, there's not much here for me. And we just got chit chatting. And at first he pointed me out to the Beatles records, and I'm like, are these trash or what's the deal? Because they were like cheap.
Yeah.
He's like, no, they just need a cleaning on it. Like, I got a record cleaner. That ain't a problem. I'm like, are you sure on these prices though? Because these were all original US pressings. So basically, he gave me those 3 records and that for $20.
Wow.
I couldn't pass it up.
Right.
I was like, that was basically all I had to spend on my fun money this month. So I was like, fuck it, this is going towards that. So maybe I'll make that back on the subscriptions, but who knows? But yeah, those Beatles, that was a hell of a deal, because the Abbey Road was in perfect fucking condition.
Wow.
That's worth probably 40 in the condition it's in. I don't know how
Good
he
for
sold
you,
it.
man.
He sold me like $3. Really, if you break it down, it was like, why, dude? I'm like, are you sure, dude? I'm like, felt like I was
actually work here, man.
Yeah, I was like, are you sure you work here, man? Like, anyway, like, yeah, I don't know what the prices are, man. Like,
yeah, $3 for this Beatles Abbey Road.
You know, that's actually how I got my copy of the Incredible Hulk 180.
Really?
Yeah, I got it in Norway. You think many people in Norway and like secondhand stores have?
He just had no idea what he was selling. Yeah,
correct.
Well, I kind of pissed my dad off when I was a kid.
Obviously, had no idea. Like someone must have inherited or something. So yeah.
But it was my dad's fault for not having prices on things, because he had a small engine shop, and I was watching it over a day when he was gone, and this guy wanted a belt, but he didn't have a price on the belt. So I'm like, I sold it for like $5. My dad's like, that was like a $20 belt. I'm like, I didn't know you didn't have a price on it. So I just sold it for $5. It's like, well, yeah, you gave him a hell of a deal.
Andre, did you say you had Hulk 180 or 181?
180, he said, I think.
180. This is the one where Wolverine appears at the very last page. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
That's a lot of money then, yeah.
Then I want to show you this, because I just love showing it off to anybody that gives a damn, because my wife doesn't.
Oh, there's the 181, yeah.
There's
the
the
first
one, yeah.
full appearance.
You know, but you're right. He does appear in a full half page at the very end of this one. I mean, it's him in his full glory, his name and everything. That to me is the first appearance, but they just don't count that.
Well, and I got to thank comic books for these too, because I brought up the fact because he had Peter Pan records around, and I was just talking to him about how I had the Superman Peter Pan collected one. I was like, someday I'd love to find the ones with the comics because the collected one didn't have the comic with it, but the little 45 or the 7-inch records did. And he goes, well, I got these Gremlin books and a few other things over there to take a look at, and I didn't see them at first, so I went over there and I'm just like, yank. I'm like, how much do you want for them? Like,
if you hadn't mentioned that, you wouldn't even have known.
Exactly. It was just it was all like, because the place was so dim and dingy. Like, yeah.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was almost like the shop that fucking Rand Peltzer walked into in Gremlins. I was expecting to see a shrunken head or something.
Great analogy. That's good. Yeah.
But anyhow, let's get to some sad news this morning. We do have some sad news to get into. In fact, I'm sure one or two of our super chats might even bring it up.
Yeah, let's bring up those super chats and get into it that way.
In fact, Patrick Robinson sent in $9.99 to this is sad news. Yeah, Hayden Patinaire, if that's how I'm saying. Is that how you say your name?
I very much doubt it because the N comes before the T.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking horrible with names. Panettiere?
Panettiere is what I
believe. There we are.
Yeah, and I knew her as Kirby from the Scream films, but most people knew her from Heroes, of course. And it sounds like Patrick knew her from the Kingdom of Hearts as the voice of Carrie. 1, 2, and 3. 36 is just too young. She deserved more. Yeah. And Hyper Guyver says, save the cheerleader, save the world for $2. Yeah. This is
in the third what was those movies? The cheerleader movies. Gosh, I can't even remember.
Was it
High School Musicals?
No. Is it Bring It On or one of those? Or
yeah, that sounds close. We're such old men, I guess, because we don't know. Bring It On.
I just said that. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's Bring It On. Yeah. She apparently it was a cardiac arrest, and she had struggled with some drugs, and I know some people have claimed it's probably due to the jab. Of course, we don't know what has
There's a
caused
lot
it.
going on. Well,
yeah.
Here's the weird thing is I guess in the last year or so, she's been diagnosed with some very strange nerve disorder that's affecting the lower half of her body or that affected the lower half of her body. So I don't know. We don't know enough evidence right now as to what exactly happened. If it was an accidental, like possibly something to do with medication and it caused her to go into cardiac arrest, or something to do with that nerve disorder she was having at that time. It could have been both.
It's just sad.
What's strange is she was kind of on this comeback train of sorts this last year because she had just done a big tell-all book and talked about, because otherwise her last big thing she did, I think, was Scream 6, if I'm not mistaken. So she reappeared as Kirby in that. So, but yeah, no, it's sad news. Very young. We will know more. Yeah, we will know more eventually here.
Yeah.
But,
she leaves behind a daughter, though it should be noticed because she always had troubles with drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
So she left her daughter in the care of the father, which just so happens to be boxer Vladimir Klitschko, ever since 2018. So she hasn't lived with the daughter for 8 years now.
Yeah.
She did have troubles, but died way too young, and we'll just have to wait and see if we ever learn what really happened. What really happened there?
What a shame.
Yeah, all we're hearing now is cardiac arrest. The 911 call has come out. I'm sure it'll be a while before they even know everything. But,
and that probably is true. But what caused the cardiac arrest? That is
kind of like with Michael Jackson, exactly. Like
yeah.
So we'll see. The last few videos and pictures of her, she was surrounded by a lot of people, and her boyfriend was, I guess, visiting this weekend. So that's the other thing that they had been reporting too. So again, I don't want to speculate too much, but I have a hard time believing it was probably self-deletion so much as maybe something accidental, or if it was the former instead of the latter, maybe just because she couldn't handle the pain anymore of what was going on of this disorder or anything like that. But who knows?
I'd be inclined to believe it's accidental and not planned, but who knows?
Possibly.
Yeah.
And then the other sad news we got was Screaming Mad George actually had passed away back in July, but it was just announced yesterday. And I'd heard he'd been suffering from an illness. I wasn't sure exactly what chronic illness it was, but not chronic, but illness that was obviously fatal, I should say. But yeah, it's sad to lose him too. You may not know the name, but if you've seen his work for sure, he's worked in tons and tons of special effects heavy films. Worked on Nightmare on Elm Street films, Predator, The Guyver. Crazy person. Let's just put it that way. But he had a hell of, he had a hell of a vision for special effects. He would come up with some really crazy stuff. So it's too bad, two sad deaths to report this morning. But somebody who is still with us is Paul Chattel. So good morning, Paul.
just barely.
Exactly. And I discogged your CDs last night, and a couple of them aren't worth that much.
Which ones? What?
I discogged all those CDs you gave me last night. And the one boot to the head's worth the most. It's worth $8.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Excellent.
Basically added them to like official. Basically added them to the IMDb of albums.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get through my crap. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your trick, is to get stuff for free from people and then sell it.
You didn't sign it. If you'd have signed it, it might have been worth $1 at least.
only if he signed it in a way that could be verified that it was him.
That's correct.
I mean, I do a show with the guy. There's
The
about
creator
what? How
doesn't
many
know that.
episodes of evidence thus far? I mean, anyhow, yeah. Anymore, you got to have an actual person who does those kind of things now. For I know, but what do you call them?
Well, I mean, we've
CGC.
now found out that
CGC.
Shatner,
Yeah.
Shatner has had a doppelganger running his ex.
You mean the doppelganger known as his daughter?
I was gonna say his daughter and handler or whatever.
No, some crypto guy, apparently.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
According to the investigation by...
Speaking of crypto guys,
by,
I was about to say, we
Nerdrotic.
have some crypto guy behind the scenes here.
Paul.
I don't. Hello.
There he is.
Good morning. Buenos dias.
It looks like all we're missing is Culture this morning. I don't know if he's going to show up or not. I think he was at D23. So
I brought up the numbers for you just in case.
Perfect. We'll bring them up in due course. We have a lot to talk about today. So
according, it's not Shatner's daughter that's running his ex account. It's some weird crypto guy, and the singer Vats, the guy who does the opening for Friday Night Tights, who sings it. He's the heavy metal singer.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's great. He's just brilliant. So he's the one, I think, who uncovered who the actual Shatner impersonator is. Now, but he is legally running Shatner's account.
a man of many talents, this singer, evidently.
Yes. Well, no. Yes, he is. Now,
Dan
I was
Vasc.
banned.
so he's the
Vasc.
block king. He's the guy that's doing all the blocking.
Correct. So, for instance, I got blocked by the Shats, and I didn't know that I was the cause of Gary being blocked
From Nerdrotics.
from their.
maybe there was a blockchain, and maybe that's how I got blocked too. Because I have no idea what the fuck.
How did you find out you were the cause?
because the person who was pretending to be Shatner was negotiating with Gary to get him unblocked, but first he had to support allegedly Shatner's charity,
Which is what they did to Doomcock too.
with cash.
What?
Yep.
So, yeah, and
Buy your way out, basically.
and it turned out that it started with me commenting on X on Larry David's fake choking of Elmo on Good Morning America, or whatever the NBC show is. So, and that got Will Wheaton super weepy. He posted a Facebook Wheat Fest over how Elmo was so important to him.
Oh no!
And then I went, dear Lord, I made some quip about Will Wheaton has truly lost it.
He's full of shit too.
Well,
You were
that's a
full of
different.
soy.
That's a different discussion.
Soy is the word. We're looking
In
for.
what way is Elmo important to him? Because Elmo wasn't even an important character in Sesame Street till Will Wheaton would have been fucking like
It's
20
because
something.
Will was abused by his parents, and
brother.
Elmo meant something psychologically to him.
When he was like in his
Someone should send
20s?
him.
I'm not arguing with that.
That's just what he says.
That's what he said, and I kind of made a quip. And what's really funny is the person who brought it to my attention, his Facebook post, was Glenn Greenwald. Why is a global muckraker worried about what Will Wheaton said that I commented on Glenn Greenwald's post, and then Gary commented on mine and called him a pussy? So the fact that both Gary and I insulted a clan member of the Trek world.
Oh fuck!
We both got blocked by this individual.
Then it could be any number of things I said, because it depends on who it was I pissed off.
So just for context, just for one moment, I have to say, Elmo didn't debut till 1985. So Will Wheaton would have been 14 going on 15 when Elmo first appeared.
And not only that, he didn't actually speak or have a speaking part until way later.
So possibly when Will was about 20.
He was just one of the rando monsters until like all of a sudden Elmo showed up and he was kind of took over the Big Bird role.
So this was in February of 2024, and I've now collected all the videos, and I'm doing a comprehensive video expose on this.
Great.
Which is because it's of no value. This is the perfect YouTube content. Like it's just several stages below the WNBA controversy. So, which is my favorite stuff to make fun of on YouTube. So yes, that's what happened. Gary actually,
did he donate to the charity?
Crazy.
No, because apparently this individual allegedly. Anyway, I don't want to get into anything that would cause you guys any trouble.
Okay.
So he didn't.
I already know kind of the game because I was part of it when Doomcock got blocked and a bunch of people lobbied to get him unblocked, and that was the same game. This person, I guess nobody put two and two together. This person was the one running everything.
Yeah,
we just assumed it was the individual who was handling this part of Shatner's deal, right? Because it was like, okay, you come up with this much money and we'll unblock Doomcock. So that became the whole hashtag unblock Doomcock when he came up with. Yeah,
pretty much.
That's where when I saw that art, I'm like, look, I've given this man way too goddamn much money to be extorted out of more money. I love horses. Don't get me fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm not shitting you. I got a photo and an autograph and shit with this guy. I've seen all the Star Trek movies in theaters and stuff like. Fuck if I'm giving him another goddamn dime.
Yeah, but let's be real. The guy's 90 plus. He is not reading X.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. Like I give a shit. Exactly. You're making my point for me. It's like, do I really see it's worth like $2,000 or $2,500 or $3,000, whatever it is it's going to cost me? Because let's be real, it's going to probably be in that range because that's what they made Doomcock pay.
Wow.
If I remember right? It was like $2,500 or $1,000.
I mean, because what is the value that you would get from paying?
Oh, he was
just
devastated.
So it's
he was devastated because Shatner was his hero, but it was everybody, pooled together for it, but it was just the point, right? It was just, come on. I felt like it was kind of gross extortion. Yeah. I mean, it was for charity, but still.
Hey, you think it's for charity.
Well, and that's the thing is, look, I'm a very skeptical person when it comes to charities because I learned early on, you got to look deep into these things because 9.9 times out of 10, 90% of the money you're giving does not go for what you think it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe if you're lucky, 8 to 10% does.
It goes to the house of me.
Yeah. Advertising, overhead, other bullshit that they can write off onto that. It's just
anyway.
ridiculous.
So the person who was operating the Shatner account on X, actually, we had exchanges that I thought were from Bill. I call him Bill because he's Canadian as I am, and then when I got blocked, there was a twinged moment. Wait, I love
That's
the
what I
guy.
felt too. I've never said anything negative about William Shatner, right?
No, neither did I. I never
Or
and
towards him either.
Nope,
Like
no.
even if I didn't agree with what he was saying, I made sure I never rocked that boat because I knew he was good at
I
block,
even
block, block,
promised.
block, block.
I promised him I would not suck George Takei's dick. I mean,
There was that one tweet though,
Yeah.
Tom. There was that one tweet.
Which one?
I don't know. You know. I don't know. You know. There was that.
When it comes to
tweet.
Shatner, up until I bitched about him
You
actually
know.
extorting people to get him to fucking
You know
unblock
what
them,
you-
that's
you
the first
know
time I've
what
ever
you
said anything
but
negative.
that's not him. That
Connors.
wasn't to him.
But if I said now, when Paul pointed out that it had anything to do with any other Star Trek, I've pissed about just about anybody else who has anything to do with Star Trek off. In fact, Chris Isaac blocked me over Star Trek, so it could have been way back then, and I didn't
Chris
know
Isaac,
about
the
it.
singer.
No, not Jason Isaac. Sorry, not Chris
Okay.
Isaac. Sorry,
Wicked.
Jason.
that
Isaac. I've
would've
been on,
been cool
I've been on
if Chris
Discogs
Isaac-
too much. I've been on Discogs too much lately.
I said terrible things about Tuvok. So
The wicked
Well,
tweet you
Tom
sent.
Fucking that British Jason Isaac motherfucker, you know, that asshole from The Patriot, and it was in the first few episodes of fucking.
Great
he was,
actor.
he was the only.
He's a
thing
great
that was
actor,
good.
but motherfucker, we were talking shit about fucking Star Trek, and him and a couple of the other dumb shits thought they were gonna chime in and get involved in fans talking like an idiot. So he's like, "Why are you screaming at us if you don't like the show? You don't scream at the waiter if you don't like the meal you get at a restaurant." I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of do. You tell the wait or the cook." He said, you tell the waiter, and the waiter tells the cook. I said, the problem you're pissed about right now is you're the waiter in the equation." And then he blocked me.
Well,
Mm.
yeah, but you know what? Actors have to have an emotional connection to even a sinking ship, or they can't operate. I've seen it.
All right, Mike is getting pissed. He's gonna, but I'll keep pissing him off. It's gonna make him come in. I'll do whatever it takes to get you on the show. I'll show a tip.
I like Jason Isaac. I think he's.
I think he's great as an actor. He just pissed me off that day because I pissed him off, and he was being real fucking touchy about it. And he walked right into that bastard. I'm sorry.
I mean, Mikey has a point.
Yes, we're going to start with the box office. Let's get on the box office
Do
here.
that. Did we
And
go
we'll get
through
back
any
to super chats.
that are
We
relevant?
went through just the main ones for
I
so
hate it.
far that I
Yeah.
I
believe.
hate it.
Plenty of other super chats to go through.
We'll
as
get to
well.
those.
And on the street
but
here
on
in
the
LA,
on the William Shatner note,
Yeah.
though, since Mikey and all that business, go ahead, Paulie, and then I'll read this.
on the street here in LA, what we're hearing is she was heavily into drugs. Unfortunately, you don't die at 36 naturally of a heart attack. Rest in
Right.
peace. That's terrible. Her and her brother. It's just not. I feel for the parents and for the living
Your brother just died,
relatives.
what, 2 years ago or a year
Yeah,
ago?
so I especially feel for the parents because they will have lost 2 children within a very short amount
Yeah.
of time. So those are the ones I feel the
Mhm.
most for here.
Yeah.
The parents. No parent should have to bury their own child. And these parents will, I don't know how many more siblings there were, but if it was only the 2 of them, these parents will have buried both their children in a couple
Well,
of years.
LA is not the best place if you want to get away from drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
She was in
No.
North Carolina when this happened.
Oh,
so-
really?
yeah, at her
Wow.
residence,
South Carolina, actually.
South Carolina. Sorry,
And
my
the other
bad.
thing, like I said, I don't know
Right.
if you're aware of Paulie. She was like diagnosed with some nerve disorder like last year or the year before too. So I don't know if that had something also to do with some of this too. So I don't
mean,
want to jump too much on the.
Right.
you
It's
know,
almost a
relapse
separate.
train or
It's
anything
almost
like
a
that,
separate
yeah.
stream. We could talk about actors and addiction. It's just.
Oh, yeah.
it's fucking endless, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying it could be one thing led to another. I don't want to say it was, you know, her falling back into addiction so much as things she was already relying on, or maybe she just decided after all this stuff I'm going through, that's enough.
It could be all the stuff that she
Could
put
be.
her body through for decades, and that was just it.
That could be it too. Then Mikey
Again,
says,
it's
William
speculation.
Shatner is my surrogate TV dad. He raised me on reruns of Star Trek as a latchkey kid. He doesn't know he has a Mexican kid. Oh, I'm sure he has a few.
He watches the show, so he knows now. So thank
And
you.
It's
excited.
him and Arnold Schwarzenegger are the ones with
That's right.
Mexican kids of the stars. Yes.
speaking of Mikey, I booked my ticket. I'm going to see him in 1 month for my birthday. I'm super
Nice.
excited.
Awesome. Cool.
I wish I could afford that. I was thinking about it, but now that I have more issues with my vehicle, I don't know if I can.
When's your birthday, Paulie?
September 22nd.
September
I'll be there
22nd.
before, during, and after. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I
You're heading down to Mikey's?
get out of jail free card here from Roman. Yeah, no, I'm going to Mikey.
Yeah, maybe I can jump a plane and meet you there.
Now everybody's going but me.
We'll talk, Tom. We'll talk.
Oh, it's not as easy as you think. I am
It'd be nice to
not
see
in a
the
place
two
to
of
be
you.
able to go
It'd be
anywhere.
wonderful to see Chato again in person.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be wonderful to see all you guys in
I
person.
would
Yeah.
love it. Hey, my
You know.
birthday's in September also.
I am going to do a Atlanta meetup with a couple of my writers who live there and Force of Light.
When?
22nd, I think, like a day or two before my birthday. Yeah. So let's talk.
Yeah, we'll talk because Atlanta's only like
Oh,
90
They can hear
minutes.
you.
Shut up, and
shut up. Stop talking
going.
about your plans.
This is planned talk. I'm
I'm
pissed
sorry.
because now everybody's going but me. So yeah, Spider-Man brand new day, to nobody's surprise, is the top of the box office again with
What?
71 whopping $1 million this weekend. Holy crap, holy.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in sight that's gonna
And the
knock
big
this
news
thing.
is
Yeah,
that it's
wow.
worldwide, because worldwide this has now crossed 2 billion.
Yep.
This is on its way to becoming the biggest movie of all time.
Yeah, I had Exhibitor Relations Co on the channel the other day. We got to get him on here. Jeff, I think he'd be a great guest.
Jeff Buck, yeah, that'd be awesome.
He thinks it's gonna go all the way, man. Just with the which, you know, I know you guys. I mean, it's not rocket science here. It's just has a
it's just in
pathway.
this world, for this to be able to do this fast, it's already outpacing, I believe, Endgame. So
Yep. Do we think it's got 2.5 billion in its future?
oh fuck yes, this is gonna
Yeah, I mean,
easily.
I think it's got a track for 3.
Wow.
I think it's smoke settles somewhere between 2.67 and maybe even 3. Like, I mean, I don't want to even put a number on it because Paulie's right. There's nothing. You guys got to understand. There is fuck all coming out between now and
For
I think
another month. Resident
coming
Evil,
Resident Evil, and that's not going to do shit.
and there's another one.
When does Godzilla come out?
That's not until late October, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, nothing until October because that's when Street Fighter comes out too.
There's
no big movies other than Practical Magic 2 right now.
Practical
coming
Magic
out.
2. That's what.
That is it between now and the movies I just mentioned that this movie has to compete with. Nothing of the sort is competition.
I think Spider-Man is dead as soon as.
Oh my gosh, Paul!
As soon as Practical Magic 2.
You got a point.
out.
He does have a weakness for magic. You're right.
You are ignoring Insidious. That is completely going to annihilate Spider-Man.
When does that come out?
I joke, of course. I mean, it's going to do well,
But not
horror-wise, but it's not going to do jack shit against Spider-Man.
I would say don't laugh on Practical Magic 2.
Oh no, I think Practical Magic 2 is going to do well.
Devil Wears Prada was a mega hit this year. So that same crowd is looking for, it's Sandy Bullock and Nicole. We're going.
The only thing working against Practical Magic 2 is they supposedly gave the cold shoulder to that one chick of the cast. So unless that causes a big stir amongst the girls that they're all like, well, we're not going because they gave her the cold shoulder. I don't think they give a fuck. I think you're right. I think they're going to go see it because Sandra Bullock is one of the few that can actually go open a movie still, because the last movie she did fine.
Yeah.
No, but let's say that's the one that breaks it. It's a month away. Spider-Man has a whole nother month.
That's what I'm saying. It's got a clear open field where there's fuck all. Nothing. Like summer came and went with a boom.
Yeah, there is the Acme movie. Okay.
Do we really? Come on. I mean, come on, guys. I know that there's a lot of people that are, and I'm a big fucking Looney Tunes fan. I don't think this movie's going to do what everybody seems to think it's going to be. There has not been a hit Looney Tunes movie that has not had Michael Jordan in it. Period. There just hasn't. They've done like 4 of them now, and none of them have made any money. I don't think this one's going to do any better. It might do a little bit better than that last one. It might do a little bit better than Looney Tunes Back in Action. But I don't know if this is going to have the broad reach that everybody thinks this is, and I have a feeling it's going to be exactly what I was told it was, because everything I was told has been confirmed for me in the trailers and everything I've seen, and that is you have a main character who does not talk for 90 minutes in the movie. He doesn't speak. So you have one character doing all the talking and thinking and everything for for both of those characters, and it becomes that kind of a movie for a while. And the courtroom stuff is very little of the film, and then you start to realize what I've been saying all along is it only works best as like a 5 to 7 minute skit. right? It should have been a short before another movie, if anything. Like, I don't know. It might be fine, but I just don't think it's going to blow everybody's fucking minds.
When's that
This
open?
thing's getting like a huge, it's like what, a week
End
or
of
two?
August?
But the
weeks.
critics are
Okay.
getting behind it in a way that it's like, come on, I can smell this already. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
it does smell a little chilly.
they're
I
just
think-
doing it
I
on
think
purpose. Yeah.
I think animation has moved on to where maybe this is really good, but maybe Looney Tunes, like you're saying, is like, for lack of better words, stuck in TV land
Yeah.
and not cinema land.
Yes, he did talk in the cartoon outside of the Roadrunner
Mhm.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to know why the media is so in favor of that movie?
No.
There's a couple of
Zaslav.
articles that
I can
correct
tell you why.
Zaslav.
Exactly.
It's-
Yeah.
yeah.
David
It's to
Zaslav.
stick it to Zaslav, as if this is some kind of win
Ah.
against Zaslav, as if Zaslav had some kind of like personal agenda
It's his fault, right?
to stop the movie. No, he didn't. He
Right.
just decided that this thing right here is not going to make us money, so we're pulling it.
Well,
And
and I heard
then he sold it, and he
Yep.
made his money back.
I heard it had less to do with him and more to do with the new animation person that had come in, and they wanted to go a new direction with the Looney Tunes.
They don't know that. though.
So those two movies that were done were
Yeah, that's the
decided
re-
that they were written off, and yeah, and like Andre said, they had a certain amount put on them, and everybody's like, "Oh no, he's trying to keep these movies from us." I was like, "No, they're just lowballing his ass."
Yeah. What do you think would be the results if somebody bought Batgirl and put it out? Would the critics love it?
First of all, they'd have to finish it. That's the other thing
Okay.
people got to remember. It was only 75% or 70% finished. It was
Did we get a
never
confirmation
completed.
from those directors that? Because they went on Critical Drinker. I'm very curious. As
Yeah.
to where.
Yeah, they didn't have an agenda at all, Paulie,
Come on.
to make that sound like they were done dirty at
Come
all.
on, what?
Paul.
But all
I'm
that
asking-
aside,
No,
do
no,
you
I'm
think-
asking where, did they ever confirm if it was a rough cut? Because 75% is different than a rough cut.
Yeah.
Rough cut is different than your final cut. That's all I'm asking.
work print.
Well, we don't know how far an actual print came. But based on what was out there in the media, they weren't done shooting it. So, of course, you start editing really, really quickly. So, more likely than not, there was some kind of a cut, but probably not a completed or even releasable cut.
I submit it would be hailed as the greatest superhero movie of
Of
all
course
time.
it would. And Many Dragon, of course, animation people were the people that were behind that rallying, and they were just, it was like, you guys are yelling at the wrong people.
Mm.
Like, I kept trying to tell people that. It's like,
I think that they saw the writing on the wall and, with where the tide was turning.
Yeah.
And there was just maybe just too much agenda in the actual dialogue and the actual
Yeah.
storyline. They're like, we can't save this. We can't sell
Very
this.
CW.
well, and
you
I
know.
don't know about I don't know about that part as far as the Looney Tunes aspect, but you know,
No,
guys,
I'm talking about Batgirl.
No,
Batgirl, yes,
No, I'm talking
absolutely.
about Batgirl.
Batgirl was a disaster.
Yeah.
Batgirl was just a solidification of everything that was going wrong in the Flash, and that's the other reason why it was ended. People got to remember that.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it had
exactly what I'm
Keaton
saying
and-
was that Zaslav and team, when they came in, they did an audit of everything that's done, gonna be done, and they're like, cut, keep.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
Richard Donner could have come back from the grave and directed Batgirl. It still would have been a shitty movie. Why? Because it's all about setting up the Trinity,
Yep.
the new Trinity.
Yep.
People
Yeah,
forget that
yeah.
they killed Superman in the
Yeah.
movie before.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
Supergirl.
That's where I'm like, everybody's like,
Batgirl,
Henry
and-
Cavill coming back from what? He's dead.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't exist.
Well, he
So the
died as a
Acme
baby or
movie-
something like that.
I think the
Yeah.
Acme movie is probably going to wind up being pretty good, but it ain't.
It
gonna
might be
do Roger
fine.
Rabbit, and it ain't going
No.
to do Space Jam numbers.
That's
that
just
period
it.
is
That was my
gone.
point. Is people got to remember is just before this happened, people also got to remember the last movie that came out was fucking Space Jam 2.
Yep.
A
With
movie that
LeBron.
cost the studio like $200
Well,
million
go-
fucking dollars.
Going back to the top 10 here, Paw Patrol,
Sorry.
which is a new animated movie, number 4. I mean,
What
Yeah,
about-
that's got an audience though. That's kids. Like Andre will
Sure.
tell you.
that's kiddies.
And I think his kids are a little old for it now, but they were in the original
Yeah,
group for
yeah.
that. I think.
Yeah, they were like 5 years ago, but now, thank God, they aged out of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did
I
anybody
did have
see?
to suffer the previous one in theaters.
Did anybody see the end of Oak Street?
Yes.
No, but I was going to bring that up because, or did you, Paulie?
I did.
Oh, what did you think about it before I break into it?
I thought it was a typical J.J. Abrams mystery box, so like the first half was very entertaining. Obviously I love the leads. And then it just kind of just went cheap towards the end. And also too, really, screwed over Ewan's character, the husband, the alcoholic husband.
That's what I heard.
And it had the, her character shining bright at the end. It's like
she's got the shotgun. He's got what? The baseball bat or something, I guess.
He's got a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he saves her life, even though he saves everybody. I mean, what was interesting is their family dynamic, and then they just pissed it away. The dinosaurs, pretty cool. Some fun stuff.
I got something to say for J.J. Abrams.
So it's 1982 is the setting. Oh,
I loved. I loved the, and I was like, wow, this is really.
That's just a J.J. gimmick, though.
It is a gimmick.
Somebody was comparing it, Paulie, to Poltergeist, kind of the family dynamics of Poltergeist and the family dynamics in this End of Oak Street.
That's all this is.
What they said about the two movies is, Toby Hooper seemed to really love the family, and the family had sort of this really nice, even though the parents were smoking dope, they still, made love. They got along. They loved each other.
They were regular
people.
Sort of
loved each other. But in this, it's like sort of the opposite.
Well, the problem is that it was terrible writing compared to Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Well, they were just written as regular people in Poltergeist, right? They weren't written as movie people. Right.
Yeah.
Like they would just show that this was a typical run of the mill suburban family.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a very forgettable film. I mean, it's some cool dinos, whatever.
Well, it's just J.J. Abrams relying on more of his gimmicks. He didn't direct it. I don't even think he wrote it, did he?
No, he's like
he's just a producer. Yeah. But to me, I think it's funny because here it barely even managed to break the top 3.
Yeah, but 2 dinosaur movies in the top 5, that's kind of a new thing. That's kind of cool. Paw Patrol Dino movie.
Oh, it was a Dino movie, wasn't it? Wait, Toy Story's falling off though, ain't it?
I did hear Tony expanded to more theaters, and I saw a few minutes of it before I was waiting for the Dino movie to start.
I've heard mixed on that. Yeah,
it looked really good. Well, he's a young asshole Bourdain, during that time, but it looked really cool, and I think I want to watch the whole thing. The Rivals of Zia King with Matthew McConaughey, I heard is excellent. So, but those are in smaller theaters right now. They're not in a lot of theaters.
There's
Super Troopers 3
happening. Small openings,
expanding,
go wide. Yeah,
right.
Well, there was there's that President one with. What's that one called with the
Brink of
Angel
War
Studios? Yeah, Brink of War.
Brink of War.
I guess that one did pretty good. 7. Yep.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah. So, but Super Troopers kind of makes me sad because I never even seen the first 2. I don't care for that troop's humor, really. It's just whatever. I understand people like it. It's just sad to me because I just saw that and it's still like, God, comedy just needs a break right now so badly.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Paul. You and I are in the same camp on that one. It's just like I wish we could get a good comedy.
It needs me.
Yeah, just to be clear, when you say it needs a break, you mean it needs a roaring hit, not it needs to sit back and retire for 10 years.
No. Yeah, we need because comedy has kind of been taken over by the Marvel movies in a way. Like, if you really look back at the last few years, most of the comedies we've had have been technically Marvel movies.
I have a script. They just need to buy it.
Well.
I would also say it's a little bit more to it than just that. It's also a little bit of the DEI thing, and with trying to be so inclusive, because not all comedy translates equally well everywhere. So it's not very inclusive, and many studios have chosen to instead invest in something that everyone can kind of like see themselves in. Is the argument, which of course is complete bullcrap.
Well,
but there is that as well.
For those of you out there interested in DEI, as much as I rail against it, my script actually is heavily takes place in 1980s New York with a lot of gay content.
I was going to say, I heard it was wall-to-wall trans people like the Wachowski movie. So
no, not a single one. There is a transvestite.
Oh, see, you liar!
Those still exist.
They existed in my era.
So they were different then, though.
They ended up in my film.
Good.
They were usually named Bob, and they had a beard. No, I'm kidding.
Anyways, yes.
But yes, no, I agree with you.
It's based on the era of the introduction of cable access television in New York.
Now I want to read this.
Which is a really amazing, very fertile time, and crazy shit was going on, and so yeah.
I want to read this. Anyhow, was there anything else, Paulie, that or he stepped away? Shit.
He's gone for half an hour.
Now, down here at number 16, teenage sex and the death of Camp Miasma.
That's that weird.
Yep. That director wants to do the revival of Nightmare on Elm Street.
You want my rant for this morning?
Why? I mean, that's why I set you up, sir.
Trans people need to stay the fuck out of horror again. I'm sick of it. You keep acting like it's always been yours. No, it hasn't. And you want to know why I want you to stay the fuck out?
Come on.
That's different. That's fucking different. This is this new stuff started like recently. And the one that really turned me off was in the Chucky series, because remember the characters in Seed of Chucky, the two kids?
Yep.
Okay, well now in the new series, they're both played by a girl, but they're both like trans.
Oh no.
So one of the episodes is, so the whole second season, every episode is based on a movie. This is the gimmick. And they have an episode that's based on Knives Out. And basically the whole episode boils down to they justify killing because they have been misgendered.
Oh no.
And that's what I'm seeing more and more of. And it's this weird fetish that comes from that specific group. And it's becoming more of a thing. Now, I don't want to get too much deeper into it because I'm sure it'll get us in fucking trouble. But yeah.
Exactly. So let's not go too deep into this.
But and that's where when I heard about the Wachowski being a horror movie about the horrors that they deal with every day, I'm like, how much you want to bet that's what this is about?
Oh, I'm certain of it.
I'm like, it's come to a head now. I'm like, this has become a gimmick and a trend, and I don't like it. Yes, queer has always been a part of horror. I'm not going to deny that, and I've never had a problem with that. But this is a different thing altogether, and this is just kind of like more of the same shit being disrupted and taken over, right? Like I said, this is not the same as Sleepaway Camp. That was a gimmick. That was a gotcha. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And the character themselves wasn't played by an actual trans person, mind you, right? So like, there's a big difference there. And this is just become a thing where it's like they want to play out this weird fucking fetish that it's okay to kill people because they've been misgendered. And that's where and this person, if they get anywhere near Freddy, oh my God, I can't imagine what they're going to do with that. Because Freddy already has some queer elements to it. Like I said, queerness has already been a part of horror.
The second Nightmare on Elm Street, it's one of the gayest
horror movies of all time.
Already.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's brilliant for it.
Yeah. Yeah. In a lot of ways it is.
Well,
so yeah,
that's what the box office total this week.
Let me go down here.
Let's see. We got Death of Robin Hood didn't do shit. What is the total on Toy Story? Because that's coming out on VOD tomorrow.
It's
5. Let's see.
Yeah, I was going to say Disney's pulling the plug already.
Yeah, let's see what it is globally. 1 billion.
No, it made $1 billion. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not doing anything anyway, so I can see why they would.
They're happy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're fine with it. They don't need any more money out of it.
Yeah, nope.
So what's Six the Musical Live? I didn't know Six made a musical.
Yeah, she's been very busy.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's why she's.
I guess isn't this something to do with the same people who did that Nirvana, the musical, the band thing?
Don't think so.
It's not okay. Thought somebody had said it was, so I guess I missed it.
Oh, maybe. Oh, does it?
I don't know. Or it's something to do with 6 women whose husbands are famous singers or something like that, maybe, or something like that. I don't remember.
Clearly, we know all about it.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's doing well. What the fuck?
Yeah,
considering.
I think they were like the British mock band or something from back in
something
the day.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they might have been.
Well, the fact that we don't watch show tunes means we're not gay.
Among other things.
Or gay enough in your
my case.
case.
Yeah. Well, everyone in England is gay because
well, they're all a little gay, like 25%.
That's right. It's the way they talk.
It's just baselines.
Just sounds so gay. No one from Wisconsin is gay.
It depends on how you define gay. We have a lot of those closeted, like, macho dudes who. Yeah.
And maybe we should define the box office is over now and move on.
Let's move on.
More
Fuck
topics in addition to some of these super chats.
Yeah, and Pack and Proton's been here for 27 months. Hello, and thank you. We also have a super chat from Pack and Protons who says, someone talk WDW Pro down from the roof. Why? What happened?
Yeah, what happened? Was he opposed to Spider-Man doing 2 billion or something?
What's going on? So you'll have to be. He goes, Pack and Protons then adds, someone stop James Gunn before he turns DC into an F-bomb universe re-lanterns.
I think that may be
I did
too
not
late.
hear as many F-bombs as everybody else did, but we'll get into that.
Well, of course, it should be noted, though, considering how many F-drums you tend to drop on the regular,
That's what I mean.
Be sensitive to it.
But I mean, the way everybody was talking about it, I'm like expecting it like all the time, and I heard it like I think 5 times, maybe 6. Anyway, Dark Hierophant says he's been a member for 31 months. Thank you for that. And he also says, for Australian $5 dues, breaking news, Oslo declared a dry city after Andre and Critical Drinker finished their pub crawl. No new laws. Fun. They just ran out of booze.
So yeah, that was quite a fun weekend with the Critical Drinker.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Did any video for us or nothing?
Well, he brought the social media manager, very cool social media manager. So there were many pictures, but not too many videos.
So he's big into social media managers now. Cool.
Yeah, well, if you go check out Instagram, I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff there.
What's that?
It's the Critical Drinkers Instagram. I don't know, but
I don't know what Instagram is.
Yeah, I know. That's why any reference to Midnight's Edge is check out the channel on YouTube because we're not on Instagram.
I don't know what an Instagram is. Is that like the TikTok thingy?
No, that's the modern.
He's joking, Andre. Don't even respond to him. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I had him going. Flying Blind has been here for 22 months. Thank you for that. And then the Flying Blind says, good day to all, and good day to you, Flying Blind. Burnout says, what's worse, Lanterns or Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern? Well, we're about to talk about that in just a moment, so hold that thought. Gilgamesh has been a member for 2 months. And then we got Pilgrim Media, who says, I still have my Beatles Butcher Block album. But you know what's funny about that? Because I was just talking about this the other day. I think that one's actually probably worth less now than the one that actually the actual sticker that was on it, because so many people have peeled it off that I think that there's less in circulation now with the sticker on than sticker off. So, yeah. Or the original, you know what I mean? I'm backwards. You know what I meant. The replacement sticker, I should say. That's what I meant. But yes, I don't know what it's worth anymore. I'd have to look that up. For a while, that was one of the ones that was worth more than one of the most. Mikey is in the house and says, Chado and Paulie, your reservation code is number. You better write this shit down because I'm not remembering it for you.
What do I need
4572A. So that's what you got to remember.
To do what?
Probably get in. Dada Miwa says we should just ignore Hollywood and let it dry. Well, it's kind of happening outside of certain films, but
yeah, it's up to us to do. But
partially, we play our part by not going to see the crap. So yeah. And then Dada Miwa says, modern audience, Arnold get to the Pingus. Okay. I think you wanted me to do it in Arnold voice. I don't know what a Pingus is standing in for there, though. Pilgrim Media says, is there anybody gayer than Dr. Frankenfurter now? Yes. That was the pinnacle back then. Now, we've gone way past that. Shit, by the 80s, I think we were past that. Walter Talmazewski says, a movie about 100 chicken coops, poultry guys. I remember that one. Yeah. But let's talk a little bit about Lanterns. Andre did not see it.
I have not had time to see it yet, no. But,
Chris has saw it. I've seen it. Paul has seen it. I don't know if Paulie has seen it or not, but he stepped away for a bit. Chris, are you back yet?
Yes.
Okay. So, what did you guys think of Lanterns, the TV series, the first pilot episode? Who wants to go first?
I can tell you what I thought. I don't trust Damon Lindelof, but he's the showrunner on this, and he's already caught some flack for some of his comments last year or earlier this year. The show feels very True Detective. We've only got the one episode. It doesn't really feel like a James Gunn project. I kind of liked what I saw, although there was a really unnecessary, what I felt, and maybe there'll be a payoff to it, but there was really kind of a fling that happened out in the parking lot of the bar that I just thought was completely inappropriate. I don't know what it was doing there. Maybe there's something going on there.
I think there's going to be more setup for that later. Cause I'm like, why is he fucking this grandmother?
Yeah. She's old and she's not attractive. I didn't know what was happening. It just seemed bizarre though, because the fact that he even went out there, I mean, his friend's getting beat up and arrested, and he's going to just go out and pork some girl in the parking lot.
Well, he was already arrested, and at that point, he just had time to kill. I understand why he was doing it, but I'm like, you could have probably had a lot better looking chicks in that joint than that one.
They could have just gone home like a man of valor or something.
Well, I don't think they're home. That's the whole point. Is he had to sit around
in a hotel? Surely.
Well, but what are you going to do in a hotel besides watch HBO?
Go to sleep, get some rest. Tomorrow. I don't know. I just whatever.
We have some need saving the universe on a regular basis.
Well, I'm saying, like, I understand him killing the time with what he was doing, but my point was, if I looked that good and I was that young, I think I would walk out of there with a hell of a lot better looking tail than that old bitch. That's all I was thinking. This was before I even had any idea who she was, but that was just my thought.
It seemed inappropriate. That's all. I agree. It seemed a little strange. I didn't mind the sheriff so much as I thought I would. And the ending, I had already kind of been spoiled on the ending, but I'm not going to spoil our listeners and viewers. But,
well, I think the ending's a bit misleading.
You do?
See, because I think yes, it's an ending of sorts. I think it's the ending we're going to end up getting to eventually anyway. Right? I think because if you watch the trailer for this season, there's a lot that's going to happen throughout that we didn't see in this episode.
There's some time jumps in this episode.
That's what I'm saying. So we're going to get a flashback between now and the last bit there.
I still think his there father, is any flashback.
What's that?
Okay, my theory is.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of shit that's in that trailer that a certain character's in.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
This is stuff that is potentially happening between 2016 and 2026. So there's nothing happening afterwards. So you can have an entire 5-season run.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's all going to be a flash.
No, it's not a flashback. It's going to be in order.
Oh, you mean we're going to watch all 3 go chronologically? You don't count it. You don't consider it a flashback when you go from 2026 to okay.
No.
I do because we even flash back at the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, this is a flashback because as far as I'm concerned, we're now, which is when the show shows up, and then
it's 2016. This is when the show takes place is in 2016.
Yeah,
and we're just going to move forward now.
Okay,
that's my thought. All this is going to happen.
All the 1996 stuff and the other stuff that it showed us is not a flashback.
No, I think those are kind of callbacks. I mean, there's a difference between a flashback and the way that they did it in Witcher 1, which got confusing as shit.
Okay.
And
I wasn't confused by this.
No, not confused. It's just, they just...
You're confusing me more than the show is, Paul.
No, something happens, and then it creates a flashback in sense that just sort of catches something up from.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is this whole season is going to be getting us back to the same point that we ended this episode on?
Well, and that's where it's going to launch from. My point is, it's not going to be meant as sort of like confusion time shifts. That's
no, and that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is because, like I said, like Chris was saying, is like because the show starts out, we get the vision of when he's a little kid,
and
then we jump ahead, and then we get to spend a bunch of time in 2016. And then we jump ahead to 2026.
Yeah, right. But
what I think is the rest of the show is going to be the setup is we're going to have to go back then and see what else happened in 2016, like you said, which will be more or less to me a flashback. Because now, as far as I'm concerned, where we left off was 2026. Right?
No, 2026 is the flashback.
But rather than speculate on the timeline of the show, because that's going to be clear in future episodes.
We're just
That aside, what did you feel about this one?
Paul.
I liked it, but I like the show. I honestly, there's a few quibbles I have with, but I have zero real association or I'm not real familiar with the comic
Experience.
books.
Yeah.
So I don't really have anything to compare it to other
But
than
that's good.
the Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds cartoon and what little I've seen in like maybe Justice League cartoons here
Yeah,
and there.
and to reference
the old Filmation
a super
stuff.
chat we got to earlier, Tom, did you prefer the Ryan Reynolds movie or this
Fuck
thing
no.
so far?
Well, no, and I mean I'm one of those few people like I think the theatrical cut is better just because it's shorter. But this I thought was much better than the Ryan Reynolds movie. I felt like it was much more grounded. It felt more real. It felt like it had stakes to it. I like the actors in it. Some of the characters I thought that were going to turn me off, I didn't. Like even Chris is right, like that cop, she was actually. Now I'm kind of confused on the relationship between the cop, Jason Ritter, and the weird cult people.
Oh yeah. Well, his defense attorney is her husband.
Right.
Yes. Now is he funded by them people? Is that why?
No.
Okay. Well, then what's the
By
connection there?
by his father.
That's his father.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to. I missed something somewhere, and it was just in my watching of the show that I got distracted, and I'm like, okay, so I missed something.
Yeah.
I backed it up, and I couldn't quite figure it out. I'm like, whatever, who cares? But yeah,
My take is the script is horrible, but that's not what TV is about. TV is about bringing friends into the living room. Nobody watched the A-Team for the script.
And this is
sorry.
also Damon Lindelof. I mean, if you go.
Well, let
into
me finish.
Damon
Let me finish.
Lindelof- Yeah, sorry, carry on.
So my point is that they caught the atmosphere and they really nailed the two main characters. And I'm doing my green light or not thing, which is very frustrating for people because I keep telling everyone there's no quality knob on the TV, only a volume knob. And they get frustrated when I view things as a network executive because you only want the ratings and to be able to capture your time slot, which doesn't really exist right now. But that's my mindset when I do my green light or not videos. And it makes it different from everybody's just plain critique. But it's a clumsy script. The verisimilitude in it is really low. When you've got that plot, what is it called? Spoilers. When he's doing that stupid shit with the alien in the questioning room, asking him the usual, do you know American history?
that was one of the worst scenes in the episode. Yes.
And then he says, I've got this megaton bomb in me that I could kill everybody. And luckily, he's got a fucking kitchen timer inside him that allows the Green Lantern to know at the very right moment to surround him with his fucking ring.
Well,
Bing, bing. What is an alien doing with a fucking kitchen timer? I'm sorry.
Predator did it.
What?
The Predator did it.
Did it? What?
The Predator did it.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but that was that he was blowing himself up? Okay,
Yes.
I can't remember that. All I'm saying, though,
Yeah.
is why are aliens equipped with kitchen timers? That's all I want.
I mean, I get it's I can't say the word, but the S-bomber kind of situation, right?
Yeah.
I
but
understand
please.
the implication of it, but you're not wrong, right?
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
wrong. Like, why even say, why even give a warning? If you're going to do it, do it.
Yeah, blow yourself up.
Because even though he plays devil's advocate with, is your ring even got enough power? It's like, how do you know he doesn't have enough power?
Yeah, it's filled with all of that. Plus, I hated the made-up fake confrontational dialogue. Everyone is like mad at each other. This is my jurisdiction. Don't give me that. And even the stuff at the beginning with Hal and John. Why are they so bitchy with each other?
Well, I don't have an issue
like
with that so much as the interrogation scene.
Well,
right?
all of it has got
like to me
dialogue.
That was where it was like you couldn't come up with anything better than some stupid Obama that I still don't even understand the context of why they are assuming he's definitely an alien because of the Obama question.
Yes,
and
who won the Red Sox versus Yankees series in '53? Aha! I've heard this before. We have seen that cliche, this stupid question.
It is so silly. It should have been something to where Hal is considered, like, you keep looking, and as the audience, we think that he's becoming convinced that the guy is actually human until he's like, he gets up and he's like, oh, but there's that one thing. I did notice you blink with your second set of eyes. You know, like something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be that, but just something that the guy slipped on
Or he uses
that Hal picked up on.
Or he uses his ring to create a lie detector test.
Something, anything. Because like at that point, I'm going, this is the most because story has to happen bullshit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And the way that the alien who has this supposed bomb in his head just finally goes, okay, yeah, so what if I am an alien?
And
it's like, he's going to give it up over a fucking Harry Potter and Obama question? What the fuck?
The problem also with William, the wife of Zoe, who he shtupped, is that he's kind of, what are the three guys called in the X-Files?
The lone gunman.
Yes.
Lone gunman.
The lone gunman. Lone
Is
gunman.
it?
Yeah. So he's kind of the lone gunman, at least in this first episode, but it's completely different. It's not about government conspiracy. This is a real alien. So it's different. I'm going, why is he giving away valuable information? These guys are the true detectives. Why aren't they digging this stuff up themselves? Why are they having this external Deus Machina individual telling them that, like, the writing is the worst. It is so juvenile and bad in this. Yet the two characters are absolutely brilliant with each other. And yeah, I mean, it's
good actors.
Good. Oh man. And the women are going to hate the guy, Pierre. They're just going to hate him.
Yeah.
He's ugly. Like how are the women
Come
going
on.
to deal with, how are they going to deal with him? Jesus Murphy. So
he's freaking beautiful.
Yeah. So to me, again, as a network executive, nobody cared about quality. Is this just going to put it over the top? Is the guy going to be hot to the women? And that's all they care about. So to me, it does kind of succeed in that regard.
I think it compares favorably to just about anything that Disney Plus puts out. You can tell this is an HBO production. You know what I mean? Even though they don't go off into space, all the effects, when they do use them, look great.
Yeah.
I do have a little experience with Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, and this version of him being surly, curmudgeon, a little bit of a rebel, doesn't really, I mean, I didn't read Green Lantern. I haven't read every Green Lantern comic. So there might be somebody in the chat that knows that this is a spot on depiction of the character, but it doesn't really feel like it. And you know, that's sort of the thing to do these days, is to deconstruct your characters. Right.
Yeah.
And, I feel kind of like that's what they're doing with this Hal Jordan character. We know that Nathan Fillion will be here later with his Guy Gardner of Green Lantern. So I'll give it another. I'll give it another episode. I'm not sure where.
Here's another thing that bugged me is that when John, the young John, was watching the TV.
Yes.
Why were his siblings angry at him for not turning off the TV that his dad was coming? Why? Like, okay.
Yeah, we don't know enough about the dynamics.
I think they'll get into that a little bit more, because I think what's going on, and I like how somebody pointed out, he's the Joe Jackson of the military in the chat.
That's right.
Okay.
Like, it's clear that this guy
hold on,
runs...
let me finish the thing I wanted to say.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So the father comes home, and then he goes outside with the son. The son knows what's going on. He puts an apple on his head and shoots it William Tell style, which not a single kid out there is going to understand the William Tell reference.
Yeah.
which is funny. And clearly,
actually, that's tragic, but yeah,
I know. Clearly, this is not the first time he's done the apple thing.
No.
How come there's only one bullet in the shed?
Because he's probably done it in other places, but that's a good point.
Okay, now you're fixing it, Tom.
I am, but at the same time, I
hated that.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but that's also a TV thing, right? Like,
I get it. I enjoyed the show.
But at the same time, like I think Chris is right. We're going to get more of that. I think to go with the Joe Jackson thing, and that's why I said I'm glad it was brought up. I think that he has been trained and being trained to be a Green Lantern from day one. So he knows He's being, so each kid has their own thing that the dad has. I'm gonna make you this, and that's why they're acting the way they are, because they know when dad gets home, it's yes sir, no sir, blah blah blah, and whatever the world is, and he's training these kids.
Point. You're right. It's
and that's what it is. It's about building this idea that don't fear anything, right? Like, you're right. There should be like 5 or 6 more bullet holes in the fucking. You're right.
There should, yeah.
And there should be a splatter of a bunch of other stuff. But yeah,
my point is, this is written like, and we know what the influence is. This is written like Lost, which David Lindelof did. This is one mystery box after another.
At least I think it's going to get paid off, though.
Oh, well, that's
in this sense
that you need. Yeah,
because that's what I'm saying about us flashing back this whole season, because we see the end result of whatever the fuck happened back in 2016 that we just saw the beginning of. And then we see the end of with Hal at the end there, and okay, so what do we get to in between there? That's going to be the story, obviously.
It's such a mystery.
Setting up
the aliens
this Green Lantern.
Yeah, it's a lot of mystery. They are relying a lot on not telling us stuff to drive the show, and I hate that. I hate that style of writing,
and that's fair. And that's fair, because to me, that's a thing that came across more in the with the prestige cable days of these shows like Weeds, and not so much The Sopranos, but Weeds and Deadwood and other shows where it was a lot of, you get to a point where the show's just starting to get going, and then you got to come back the next week to see where it's coming. And then you're constantly being fed little things here throughout the show, which, yes, as a viewer, you're feeling like, oh, I'm getting these little rewards throughout. But then when you step back and look at it, you're like, they really didn't tell us all that much in the show. It's just a bunch of spread out shit that could have been done all in one episode, really, if you think about it. But that's kind of, I understand your point, Paul, to me, but I can see where a lot of audience members as a television, because it's the #1 show on HBO Max right now. I mean, I can see where a lot of people could buy into that, and the True Detective. I've never watched True Detective either, so I don't even have that as a frame of reference. And people have said that's a landmark TV show I should watch too. So yeah, I don't know. How does it compare to that?
To which one?
True Detective.
I never watched a True Detective.
I only saw the first season. It's very comparable. It's sort of the pastiche of it, the flavor of it, the look of it.
That's what I like it. The breadcrumb. I'm going to call it that. The breadcrumb method. Thank you.
It's a carrot. I'm kind of questioning the wisdom, though. I mean, who is the show for? Because it's certainly not for young kids.
It's not pretending to be, though, either.
I hated the sex scene. Like, it completely demeaned John for me. That's not how John was set up. Hated it.
And not just that, but even the shooting of this, the father, the gunplay. I mean, you said William Tell, which is a great reference.
Can I come with a theory about the sex scene?
Please.
Because this is just a theory. There has been like a lot of people suggesting that the actor appears a little bit gay, and that would be a way of establishing that he is totally not gay.
Yeah, but it's also, this is clearly going to be a part of the story, because I know Andre hasn't seen it, so we're not trying to spoil too much of it for the audience and Andre. But like, yeah, so this lady that he sleeps with, they literally have like a conversation for like 10 seconds at the fucking bar.
Yeah.
And she's got to be the oldest, ugliest broad in the bar.
In the bar. Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably in her late 50s.
Yeah, exactly. And that was my first thought before we even have any inclination of who she is as a character. I'm sitting here going, that dude is in like, he is way beyond her league. And he could probably walk up to any other chick in that bar if he really wants to get laid. That's what I was saying to Chris earlier too, is like, I don't have really a problem with what he was doing. He could have been classier about it and took her to a hotel. I agree with you. And then you could at least done it under the blankets and had a little more classier sex scene. Cause yeah, this is like all out of nowhere. He has sex with this 50-some-year-old chick in her fucking truck. I think it's her truck, right? Or is it his truck? His truck. One of the two.
Yeah.
In the truck. And it's just like they fucking just grinding it out on the fucking seat, and then she smokes a cigarette. And then you find out
he lights with the Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, and then you find out like 10 minutes later that this chick is married to the dad of Jason Ritter's character who got him out of jail or whatever. So it's like this, and he knows. So it's set up for something later that he knows because So, but my whole point is like, what in the world did he see in her that he would fuck her like this. It doesn't make any sense.
No, I agree.
And it didn't before and it doesn't after, other than they were set up some way, but like, why? Like, I don't care. If I looked that good, like John does, I'm not taking that bitch home. I'm not even fucking her in the parking lot.
Right. It demeans him.
I agree with you guys. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Whatever.
Well, did Damon Lindelof's wife leave him for a younger lover or something?
Who knows? I see where you're going.
I mean, and a Flash, this is what I was saying. Like, I understand killing 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, finding somebody to hump, but the dude is good looking, right? He wasn't a desperate man. And it wasn't like, it was like all of a sudden they're just chit chatting and then they're fucking bumping uglies in the fucking parking lot.
It was a shock. It was a shock.
Yeah.
But because her husband knew about it, it seems to be a setup now.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Is clearly there's something to that. They could have picked a better actress to make it like believable, like that. Because I was already like with you guys, I was first turned off by the scene because of the way it played out, and then I'm sitting here going the whole time. I'm like,
well,
why is that the chick he chose to fuck in the parking lot? Like,
don't be mean to her.
Nothing against the actress. It's just it seemed out of fucking place. Like you're some 20 something, maybe 30 tops.
I think we have established that now.
But I mean, come on. Yeah, like move on. Let's go. Come on. Come up with something else, guys. Move me on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness in the show.
What's the other weirdness?
It's just all together. I mean, the whole thing's just you don't really know what is going on. What's the dynamic? Why are these guys not getting along? Why is Hal putting him through these paces and saying at the same time, I'm never going away. You're never going to be the replacement.
I can understand that part because, I mean, he says it flat out.
At some point, they're going to have to reveal how we got to them coming together.
Well, I'm sure they are because we're seeing that in the preview. And that's what I said. If you watch the preview, there's a lot of stuff that the preview gives away. But like, to me, I don't mind his character being where he's at now, but I agree with you guys. We got to see more of Hal when he was in good spirits. But he says right in the show that he didn't ask for this. This kind of just got thrusted upon him. And he got the impression right away that the last thing they wanted was humans from backwater dump fucking nowhere being part of their, organization, basically. Yeah. So he didn't like the job to begin with, but now that he's got this job, they're already looking for his replacement. And he's like, well, why the fuck? And I'm sure if anybody's ever trained their replacement knows how that fucking feels. I know Andre can relate with that too.
Yeah, somewhat.
And I've been there myself. The moment you realize you're if you already don't know that ahead, then it becomes even worse. But like he already knows this. So that's why he's resistant to this kid. So he's going to put him through the ringer anyway. Right. So like that part I have no issue with. But we also need to establish a reason why Hal is this way. And we're kind of getting glimpses of that. But I'm sure that's what the rest of the season is going to be about too. Because clearly the whole thing is where his whole point of view was changed after he's seen something, right? Like, because he was this Green Lantern at one time that was proud to be a Green Lantern and all this shit, but now he's clearly not. So something he is ashamed of in his past, and he's become, the what we like to call the unforgiven version of the character.
Right. I just don't trust Lindelof. I don't know if anybody here watched his Watchmen series.
Yeah, terrible.
Awful. Just completely awful.
Unwatchable. I mean, that's a time capsule of the worst wokeness.
Yeah. And we mentioned his bona fides because he's got in his pedigree the Lost TV show, which your mileage may vary. I accepted the ending, but so many of his plot threads plot mysteries never got any resolution. And I'm worried that that's what we're going to get here. Like there's all this flavoring, of these, we're sitting here sort of speculating on, okay, well, what does this mean? Or what could that mean? Or, maybe we're going to get that eventually. If you'll recall, when you watch Lost, you sometimes you thought the same thing. Eventually we'll be told what this is and it'll be this real, no. The school of J.J. Abrams is we'll just kind of come up with this neat stuff and then we'll figure out how to explain it later. Or maybe we won't. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a little worried that that's where this is going to go, and we'll see. I like the look of it. I certainly like the two leads. I'm interested in seeing a little bit more, but I I'm not confident in Lindelof. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. And I mean, Andre did point out it may have a point just showing that John doesn't have a case of not the gays, but
Maybe.
I don't think that's it. I think it has more to do with something in the plot later on down the road.
Well, of course it does.
And as far as the wokeness factor, I think there might have been more wokeness shit in here that was cut out, to be honest with you. But I don't feel like it's a white man old man white, hating on the old white man kind of thing. I think it's more so that I saw it from, that character's perspective of, like I said, there's something that has shaken him from becoming that Green Lantern that he was on the television screen in the beginning to what he is now. And I'm curious what that is. Now, it could be a gimmick of the Tom King bullshit, as we all know, but
there's the other yellow flag. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with the comics.
It can be written so much better to be organic than what they did.
Possibly.
Clumsy. It was super clumsy.
And it may just because I like the actor too. So, I mean, that's the other thing. But, yeah. But anyhow, there's other things we do need to talk about. So unless there was anything else to address with Lanterns, we'll have to wait and see how it pans out next week. And we'll have to see what Andre thinks about it. Because I think he knows a little bit more than I do. So,
yeah.
Well,
Paulie's back. Did
Green Lantern the comics? Not so much, actually.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I know I don't like them, but yeah.
Paulie, did you watch Lanterns?
No, we saw the House of Dragons episode last night.
Okay.
We're behind. We're behind on our. No, I didn't. We watched a movie, so yeah. It looks cool. I tried to talk Romy into seeing the first one. She's like, But I will watch it this week for sure. What's a consensus? I just
jumped back in. Not everybody's hating on it as much as they thought they would, I guess.
Good. I mean,
I went in with the lowest of expectations, though. I had like none on either side of it.
The intel I have from hanging out personally with HBO execs in different departments several times this past year is that they are committed to dropping these series once a year. There's no more lapse. And you could already see that going on,
Good.
House of Dragons and the Dunkin' Egg and Green Lantern.
Well, I think that was something that wasn't that something that Zaslav was trying to say before too. Anyway, was like there's no more of this, crap with HBO Max only or whatever. It's all going to be both HBO Max and HBO. So is this going to be on HBO as well, or is that unrelated to what you were talking about?
I don't know. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it trickles down from Zaslav as soon as it got in, and there was a lot of upheaval as far as some execs coming and going underneath him in different departments, but it's kind of like it's really streamlined now at this point.
Well, we'll have to see how it goes here in the next week or so. But we have some other news to get into, and we have some other super chats. Packer Proton says WDW Pro bad D23 reveals. Oh, well, we're going to get into ours in just a moment. We have no idea what he said, though. I haven't had a chance to check in with him. Then Dada Miwo says, I grew up with Silent Little Rascals, to Man.
Love the Little Rascals.
Yeah, those were fun.
Too. I don't know what Rituman means, though. I feel like I've raised a Cthulhu, though. I did tell Culture that the little fuzzy guy from Captain EO is supposed to be available today, though. He better get me one since he didn't show up.
Don't call me Chubsy. Call me Chubsy Wubsy.
That's right.
Somebody better get him for me.
love Little Rascals.
It's the anniversary of Captain EO, and that's what they did. They didn't do anything else.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Dada says Pingus is an old adventure of Sonic Beam. Oh, that's probably why I didn't get it. That would be why. Dark King says, I saw that on X, they killed Hal Jordan in the first episode. Well, there's a caveat. Like I said, without context, yes, but I still think he's going to be in quite a bit of the show. Ginormous J says with $2, I pitied a fool who don't watch it for the script.
18.
Yeah. You know who wrote that line for Mr. T? Sylvester Stallone. People forget that.
It's
the first time he ever muttered
that. Yeah.
The first time he ever muttered, "I pity the fool." It was in Rocky 3.
Yep.
Bass player says, I like the ending of the first Captain America. Oh, that game didn't happen until such and such date. I like the stuff like this. Yeah. I mean, there's other ways you could have slipped him up. That whole thing just didn't make no sense to me. Dadamiwo says, I have 3K lazy hours in Factorio if you want a game. I don't know what Factorio even is. I'm assuming it's a game from what you said, but
well, maybe it's a Sonic
it.
Adventure thing or something.
Yeah,
maybe. And then LK8181 says, this is a Tom King story, has all the tropes. That's what I'm saying. It may
Tom
have
King
those
again. Yeah,
I don't know. And it could go completely and it is kind of at that point. It could go either way.
Yeah, because this is like the big I think one of the biggest problems James Gunn did was that he chose the wrong production partners, and he very early made it clear that Tom King was going to be a big part of his universe, directly or indirectly, and I think that was a mistake, because Tom King is not popular with the majority of the comic book crowd. The activist readers, they love him because he does all of this subversion of the original stories and these completely alternate takes and everything like that. But I don't think that is what you build a cinematic universe on. That's kind of like, we're going to look at Marvel's what if stories and build a universe around that, which they kind of did, and that didn't really work out either. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Tom King again. But yeah, moving on.
Sorry, I was
thoughts
on the
on Hal
screen.
being Parallax at the end. Just to address this, Parallax is sort of this what Hal Jordan actually did become this evil villain in Blackest Night or something, I think is the name of it. And it's interesting. We were talking about the woman who had the fling out in the truck in the parking lot, when she actually is quoted when she read the script. The finale made her scream out loud. So what does that mean? I don't know. Maybe she gets another moment with Aaron Pierre, or maybe it was something to do with Parallax. Apparently there's going to be a big crazy finale to this. Wouldn't surprise me if it's a Parallax hint or something like that. I don't know.
Well, could be. I don't know enough about Parallaxative. Oh. I don't know enough about it to really comment. So yeah. Dr. Long Dongler sends us in a super sticker. Thank you for that, Dr. Long Dongler. Long time no see, Dr. Long Dongler.
Yep.
Then Dadamiwo says, return to Monkey, aka any media before 2012. Not a bad idea. And then Dadamiwo says, Factorio is a base builder about automation.
See, we're not supposed. We have no way of knowing these things.
That's way out of my pay grade. But something that isn't beyond my pay grade is D23, and we've got some news on that. Most excitedly, I guess, is some X-Men casting.
I should imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we got here from D23, Andre?
Yeah. Well, let's just roll through the different highlights here, and this is not the link that I posted, is it?
No, you take the deadline link there. I didn't see that you had posted that, Andre.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So because Disney, the D23 is for all things Disney, and it's not just Marvel things, but of course for our purposes, that is the most interesting. There are a couple of surprises in there, and I'll bring it up here since I don't have the same ad issue in my end. So just give me a second here, and I'll have it right up. Because of course we'll get into the X-Men in a moment here, but just to very, very briefly catch up on everything else. Deadline Hollywood announces, or through Deadline Hollywood, which we're looking at right now, at D23, following movies were announced: The Incredibles Part 3. Not really see that one coming, but that is coming. Kingdom Hearts, the series, which only goes to show that Marvel are trying to diversify into like more anime stuff, because the audiences seem to be going that direction. We have reported this before. New Pixar feature, This Ghost Market. Don't know too much about it, but that should be interesting. What we can guess more about is Coco, because the sequel is made for that. The first Coco I thought was fantastic, so mildly interested in the sequel and how that is going to play out. They showed a teaser trailer for the Bluey movie, of course, because that is the big winner on Disney Plus, more so than anything else, is Bluey. And it's not even theirs, but they have licensed a Bluey feature film. Got the first look at the live action remake of Tangled.
Hold on. Has anyone here seen Bluey?
Yes.
It is incredibly
fun. It is fantastic.
It is absolutely insanely good.
It is.
So I can certainly see why people love it on Disney.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Do not blame Disney at all for this move. I think it's a really good move in their end, because again, the biggest thing on their platform is Bluey. They cannot allow that to go, because all the content that they have there on this various Marvel Disney Plus series, Star Wars Disney Plus series, is all garbage. No one is seeing it.
I know. I just wanted to
Bluey
mention that
is
this is really good.
That's the real numbers. I hope they let my dogs in, because they love.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I play that for them.
Everyone loves Bluey, and the kids love Bluey. Bluey is freaking fantastic. So the Australians who made it, they did good.
It's written for adults. It's old style.
Correct. It is. The target audience is children,
right?
But it's written by adults who are smart enough to know that the adults are going to be there in the room. So if you want a hit, make something that they actually find intriguing as well. This is why Peppa Pig is also such a massive hit. You wouldn't think it, but it's actually pretty smart, and it's clever, and it's funny and satirical for the adults, with some things that go way over the kid's head. Not very often, but it happens, and it's all the more fun for the adults.
You have to give credit to Miss Rachel for really nailing the DSA crowd.
There is that. But moving on, we got the first look at the Tangled live action remake. Personally, I can curb my enthusiasm for that. There was a trailer for season 3 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I wasn't even know that there were seasons 1 and 2, but apparently that's a thing. And then this thing actually had me a little bit intrigued, because Jon Favreau announced a 3-part miniseries on Oswald. Oswald, of course, being the version 1.0 of Mickey Mouse. So that has kind of like been mostly gone into like the book of forgetfulness afterwards, but they're bringing back Oswald. This is actually something that I really like, because something that I've been complaining about for years is that Disney had bought all these external properties and appropriated them, while they have left their own properties created by Walt Disney to language. Oswald is an original Walt Disney property, as far as I know. Certainly it is from that era. So kudos. This is something I think they should do more of. And I'm very happy to see that they're doing that. And very happy to see Jon Favreau doing it. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I think he would be really good for. So I personally hope that this is going to lead to a resurgence of original old-timey Walt Disney properties, because that is core Disney that has been allowed to languish under Iger. Guys, any thoughts on this? Paulie?
I think it's a great move. I think Favreau is probably why it was probably part of his deal. I'll do all the Star Wars stuff. I'm really not feeling it anymore. I did the Mando. I created the Mando for you, baby Grogu. Give me this. This is really cool. I mean, I think I'm a fan of all of Favreau's films, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan of bringing back vintage Disney. Mr. Chato, do you
Right.
think that this
Yeah.
is a good idea to go back to core Disney brand?
Absolutely. I have been saying for a long time that unless they curate their history of characters that they have available in their stable, number one, it ruins Disney World because they're everywhere. You've got, Dopey and the two dogs. I can't remember their names. Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is a huge mistake on Disney's part to ignore this treasure. And now if they're doing this, I think it's great, but they also need to do it with the rest of their staff.
Absolutely. And Mr. Brawley, I know that you have to be leaving, but before you do and plug your wares, any thoughts on Jon Favreau bringing back Oswald out of the Disney vaults?
Yeah, I'm with Paulie on this. I trust Favreau. I really like a lot of the things that he's done, even really small projects that he's done. I've liked him. Gosh, I really couldn't think of anything that he's done that I didn't care for. So I think this is a good move. I like seeing him kind of move away from the Star Wars brand a little bit, and and this we're going back to the legacy here with Oswald, so they could really do something special. And I'd like to see what he does. I mean, let the guy cook. He's good at it.
Absolutely.
I
All
do
right.
have to.
Speaking of cooking, what are you cooking over at
Yeah, that was
Pool?
nice. We're talking a little bit. I think you guys are getting on the X-Men casting stuff here later on.
About to get
We'll
into
talk
it.
a little bit about that. We also talk about sort of a rift that seems to be brewing between Matt Reeves and James Gunn over a bunch of shows getting canceled over at
That's
DC
interesting.
and why some delays have happened. So you can check that out over at Bleeding Fool. It is the top of the fold at bleedingfool.com. And we'll be posting some more news later on too. We still kind of talk about the AG Bonta fight with Paramount. So check it out at Bleeding Fool or check me out at Chris Brawley on X. And I'll see you guys later in the week.
Bye, Chris.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Adios, brother.
Enjoyed it. See you
And
guys.
with that, we're going to move on here. Something else announced, Romy and Michelle 2. Again, I may be completely out of touch, but I wasn't too familiar with Romy and Michelle 1, but this is something from high school reunion. So yeah, I guess that's cool for the audience. New Ice Age movie announced, Boiling Point, because remember, Ice Age is Disney now, following the acquisition of Fox. Starring, seemingly, Queen Latifah and Dennis Leary returning. I hope there will be some more old-timers or other than the two of them, but hey, let's see what happens with that. Lilo and Stitch 2 announced, because that was a very successful live-action remake. So I can't say I'm surprised by that. Let's see what happens. We got the first look at animated feature Gatto, about a cat. People love cats. That could be good. And then the new X-Men cast confirmed, with Adam Driver finally confirmed in the role of Mr. Sinister. We learned that Chris Abbott will be taking over the role of Charles Xavier, aka Professor X. We have Inde Navarrete as Rogue and Maya Boyd as Storm. So not Cynthia Erivo, as some had been hoping and threatening. And we already learned that Samara Weaving will be playing Emma Frost. Kit Connor is aboard to play Cyclops. And I'm sure more cast for the X-Men will be announced in due course. But so this then is the first look at the X-Men. Oh, of course, Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. So are we all excited with this preliminary cast so far? Paulie?
But fantastic casting on many levels, and I'm gonna go into it further as I go live right after you gentlemen, right after this live stream. But you have for Marvel, what's great is I can imagine it's going to be it's going to be keep the budgets down, and it's going to lock these young actors in for at least 3 to 5 films. And so that's how they're saving money. And this is kind of what we asked Marvel to do, is get these budgets down. Let's not, go crazy with it. Well, a big way to do that is that you can't have star names in every role. So yeah, these are very these are incredible actors in regards to what they've done already as young professionals. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. As for me, I am not familiar with virtually any of them.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm not familiar with them, I can only go by what they look like. And I can't really complain. Like, I can't say anything about their looks or anything that like I dislike. I'm sure that these are all well cast for their roles. Looking forward to seeing what they can bring. My hope is that they're just going to keep using Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and use AI, whatever, to de-age him as needed.
No,
keep him going until
they'll
90.
get a new one. They can get a new one.
It's time. It's time, Andre.
Yeah.
It's time, Andre.
It's time, brother.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, this is a whole young cast of young mutants. I think it's great.
Yep, I think this is what they should have done way earlier. This is my point. They should have gotten the audience used to constant refreshing.
Well, to be fair, they did that with X-Men First Class, which were the new X-Men. So they actually did do that, and with great luck, I might add, because people
first 2
are
films
as accepting of the version 2.0s of Magneto and Professor X as they were of the version 1.0s. If anything, I'm surprised they don't go with the Magneto and Professor X that they already had established. A little bit older than the X-Men proper, who are supposed to be students.
We don't know who Magneto is yet. We don't know who Magneto is yet.
No, that's what I mean. We don't know.
Rumors are swirling of Henry Cavill.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. That Henry Cavill apparently is in talks for some role, and then there's the speculation: Wolverine or Magneto.
Oh, well, didn't he do cameo as Wolverine?
Yes,
he did cameo as Wolverine,
and that's the only thing that makes sense, because I'm with Andre. I dread trying to recast Hugh Jackman at this point.
But it's got to be done.
It's got to be done.
This guy's too old.
Hey, listen,
I love him.
Doesn't everyone remember the little bit? There was a little bit of an outcry when Jackman was initially.
I get
cast,
that, and I know where you guys are saying
he was too big. He was too big, and he was not Canadian.
He was too tall.
Tall.
Yeah,
too skinny, too lean, too lanky. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So listen, people are going to find something to complain about all the time. That's what this channel lives on.
Yeah.
So,
but this is like replacing a lead singer in a band.
Yeah, no.
Right? Like, that's what people need to understand. This guy has played this role more times than anybody else has played any other comic book character ever in the history of ever, longer than anybody else has ever played.
Listen. Dio did really. I'm hearing echoes somewhere.
You have the echo.
Yeah, you are.
Me?
It's you.
How can it be me? I've got a headphone.
It's me because I don't have the headphones on. Sorry.
Okay. So Ronnie Dio did a great job on Black Sabbath. Okay, so it can happen. It can be done. Now, my question here is, well, first of all, the guy who played Magneto, who was what was his name? He was fantastic in it. Loved him.
First or the second?
The second one in the
Fassbender or
Michael Fassbender. Yeah.
Oh man, he was a great replacement.
He was
no question of that. He was just terrific in it. Now, my question here is, which version of the X-Men is this? Because I am post Hellfire Club. I stopped reading the X-Men around after
100?
the X-Fire when I was 100 years old. Yes, when so Emma Frost was part of the Hellfire Club. She was bad. I don't remember any kind of redemption arc that made her an X-Men. Like I don't remember that because I didn't read it.
I'm I'm with you. I don't.
She was bad.
If and when Hellfire Club came back after the Brood, I kind of checked out after the Brood. Like what was it? Episodes like 150.
Oh, I see. I can't remember what numbers. I don't know what my comment.
Yeah, and I don't know what other variants have
But
done.
I don't remember Emma Frost being good.
No. And she was in the, January Jones played Emma Frost in the movie a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon. They did the Hellfire Club.
Totally. Well, we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out as we get there. But so yeah, we have the first look at the X-Men. D23 isn't done quite yet. I'm sure there's going to be some other announcements. And with that, we also have a couple of other super chats. So let us get into those. I'm just going to see where it is. Dada Miwa tells you, Tom, I emailed you the Switch Factorio trailer. 2 minutes.
I'll look at it when I get a chance here.
Yeah, check that out later. And then Ham the Third, I guess this is Hamdinger in his most recent iteration, says for $5. The other thing about the First Class crew is the passing of the torch with Days of Future Past, which also is the single best X-Men movie ever made. You ask me, but yeah, that really helped. That really helped legitimize the whole thing and fix many of the problems that had been with the X-Men movies up until that point. First Class, the Days of Future Past, fixed many of them and started a whole bunch of new ones. But hey, that being Fox, we were never able to keep continuity straight for more than 2 movies. I didn't care too much about that. But yeah, I agree. So it's passing for both the First Class crew and the OG crew to be replaced by a brand new team by the looks of it. But we shall see exactly how that turns out. And Millard says for 14 South African rounds that Star Wars anime lasted shorter than a fart in the wind. Is that like this new one that came out, like some Jedi 9 or something like that, I guess? I know there's something else came out, but...
Yeah, correct. It was the Ninth Jedi dropped. But they're all being produced by Japanese production companies, and they're very successful. So I don't know
the company or these shorts.
The shows, they're all in D+, but they're like out of any of the Star Wars shows, live actions, it's these anime ones, Ninth Jedi and Visions, that are very popular.
Well, they don't create any waves though, outside of very limited audience, it seems.
Yeah, but they just dropped that one. We gave it a really good review. Or one of our guys saw the whole season.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And with that, we are actually fully caught up on the YouTube side of things. Tom, can you check the Rumble side, see if we have anything waiting for us there?
Let me check. I don't think our mods have caught anything. I forgot to have it up, unfortunately, like they always do. I don't think we did. But I hope I'm wrong, or I hope I'm right anyway. I don't see anything there today.
All right. Well, with that, we are fully caught up. So, Mr. Chato, what have you got going on?
Well, later on today, I will have a review of episode 1, A Green Light or Not, of Lanterns, which I covered off. I gave away most of my good stuff here. That's what I do.
This has happened before. I love that time when you broke down the video, that you broke down the video in detail, and I was able to have the clip up for your video.
Nice. Say Paul Chato breaks down Lanterns here on Midnight's Edge.
That's fine. I don't mind.
It's about time you did something for this channel.
Fun. Yeah, about time. I'm such a greedy fuck.
Yeah.
And then later
Paulie,
on, I'll have the full expose of how I am responsible for William Shatner blocking Gary Beekler.
That's going to be a huge video, I'm sure.
I know.
I love that you guys are making videos about this guy's 100. I mean, he doesn't.
Oh, it's not for him. Anyway, Paulie, what you got going on other than a stream that this stream redirects to?
We're going to continue the conversation in a few minutes live, but we have an announcement to make. A week from today, right after Midnight's Edge, me and Tom are co-hosting acting legend Lou Diamond.
Oh my
Phillips
gosh.
live
Nice.
on the show. Lou Diamond Phillips is coming.
Great.
Lou Diamond, La Bamba, Bats, Phillips. Yes.
I mean, Longmire. What else?
yes.
Stargate.
All that stuff.
all
Stand
that
and deliver.
stuff. Stand Deliver. Young Guns.
Young Guns. Yes.
Young
Chavez.
Guns.
Chavez.
Chavez. You know, and he's so accessible. He's so great. So what we're doing is, but you know, between me and Tom, we got to figure this out because I want some members of the channel to come on and ask one question and then get the fuck out. But the members will be able to come on and ask Lou questions. I mean, he's just very given of his time. He's just incredible guy, and it was great running into him a few weeks ago, and this is how that happened. So 1 week.
All right.
Hey,
So next Monday.
Midnight's Edge slant co-production.
Awesome.
Check it out.
Yeah, brother.
Check it out.
Check it out. Check it out.
That reminds me, I got to watch this movie this week.
Yeah, and we got to do a couple things for that show.
All right. So let me know.
So yeah.
All right. With that, anything else, kids? I think we're good.
With
I'm
that,
okay.
now I believe it is time for to thank the audience for sticking with us today.
Thanks for
Check back
having me.
later for video drops. And with that, it is time for some koalas in the
Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koala,